Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel for another Power Platform tutorial. In today's video, we will discuss business rules in Dataverse. If you've ever wanted to control form behavior without having to write code, then this video is for you. So business rules can be created to apply form logic without having to write JavaScript or having to create plugins and so on. You can use business rules to enforce UI validations, to hide and show the controls, to show error messages, and to conditionally enable or disable controls. The actions that you can perform with business rules, you can set column requirement levels, whether it's business required or not. You can set column visibility to show or to hide. You can set the default value of a column. You can also set or clear column values. You can enable or disable columns, and as I said, you can show error messages, and you could also use business rules to create business recommendations based on business intelligence. So we are going to do two examples today. One is to create a business rule that would disable the anniversary field if the Marshall status was single. And then the other one is to make a contact record must have either an email or a number before a record can be saved. So that's to say that if there is a mobile number, then email is not required. But if there's no mobile number, then email must be required. And if there's an email, then mobile number is not required. But if there is no email, then it will be required. So we'll just go there. I'm here in my solution. This is my expense management solution. This is my app, for example. I'll show you what my app looks like. I'm just going to go to the contact form. So here, this is my contact form, right? If I go to details here, for example, we can choose Marshall status. So if it's single here, and as you can see, I can still put in a date for anniversary. I want this to be disabled if the Marshall status is single. I mean, it makes sense, right? So that's what we're going to do. And the way we're going to do it is first, we are going to go to the contact table, which is here. And then from the contact table, we're going to go to business rules here. So we're just going to click on business rules. And to make a new business rule, you just need to click on new business rules. And let it roll. So once that loads, as you can see here, it starts with a condition, right? You have your components here where you can put actions to lock or unlock, or to set field values, or to set business required, and so on. But when you click here to the properties, you can see that this is where I guess you put your logic without having to write code, right? So what we have is, this is a new condition. The entity that we're using is the contact entity because that's where we are. And the source is obviously, we will leave that as entity. And the field here, we will change it to marital status because that's what we want to target, marital status. And in here, as you can see here, equals to what? And the value that we want is single. So that equals single. And what you want to do is apply. So as you can see here on the screen, if marital status equals single, then you will do an action, right? So what I want to do is I want to get this action here to lock and to unlock. You basically just pick it and then drag it. This is the action now you are going to perform. And in here, what you want to do is you want to go to the anniversary field. So this is the anniversary field, and I am going to lock it, and then I want to apply. So if the marital status is single, then on this side you want to lock it, but there's also the false side, right? So basically, if it's not a single, what are you going to do? So what you can do here is to come here and then to drag this again. You're just doing the same thing, just with different values. So this is going to take a while. My mouse is not really working. Yeah, here we go. And what we're going to do here is the same thing, just anniversary. And we are going to unlock it. And then we're just going to apply it. So that's done. I'm going to save it. And then I'm going to validate it to make sure that there's no error in my logic. And then, so that's already been validated, and now I'm just going to activate it. Sometimes it does take a while. Yeah, we're just gonna activate it. And I'll show you what that looks like in the app. So that has been activated. So if I go here, and I'm just gonna reload this so the logic loads. Let's just see if it has loaded. So if I come here and I select single, it hasn't loaded yet. I'm just going to go to contact, that changed. Sometimes it does take a while to load. So I'm going to come here, and now I'm going to marital status, and I'll go single. And as you can see, anniversary has been locked. So that's how you apply the business rule. However, let's just say I'll put it as married, right? Which means I can put a date in there. How about when it is like this, if I change it to single? It says single, but this hasn't changed. So what we want to do is, the field is disabled, but there is still a date in there. So what you want to do is, when it goes to a single marital status, you also want to clear the anniversary field. That way there's no any date here. And how you can do that is, you want to go back here, you will have to deactivate it. Deactivate. That does take a while. And what I'm going to do is, I will set a field value. So I'll take one of the actions here. I'll just click and drag it, and then I'll put it here. It's going to take me a while. And I'll just put it here. And in here is basically, I want to go to anniversary, and I want to clear. So basically, I want to clear it, and I want to apply it. I'll save it, and then I'll activate it. And I'll show you how that looks like. We activate. And also, if you do want to find out where your business rules are, what you will need to do is done. You will just need to go to your contact account. So wherever you're creating it, if you go to business rules, you'll find it that there's a new business rule here. And you will also need to name your business rule. I'll show you how to name them. But as you can see, the status is on, it is active. So if I go here now, I'll just make sure, I'll just discard this. I'll just make sure that it loads. So I'll say new. So if I go to details here, I will go married, and I will go to 8th of the January 2026. That's the status. And what I'm going to do now is, I'm going to change it to single, and I need this anniversary to clear and be disabled. As you can see, it has just cleared and disabled because of what I have done. So basically, if it is single, if the marital status is single, what I want you to do is, I want it to clear the anniversary and then lock it. So that's how you do it. And the other one that we wanted to do was, in terms of the contact, I'll show you. I'll just go back here. We don't need this anymore. If I go to summary here, as you can see, there's an email field, and then there's a mobile phone field as well, and they're not mandatory. The only thing that's mandatory here is the last name. As you can see with the asterisk here, that's the only mandatory. But before I save a record, I want you to either have a mobile phone, or I want you to have an email, one of each. If there's an email, then I don't need the mobile phone. But if I don't have an email, then I need the mobile phone. So I will need to create 2 business rules for that. And I'll show you how to do that. So we just go to our solution. We will go to our contact table, because this is happening in our contact table. And then we'll create business rules. And what you want to do is the same thing. Just go on new business rules. And what I'm going to do now is, I will click here so that this is our new condition. So I want to say that if there is an email present, you can name the condition as well. If email is present. That's the condition name I want to call it. You want to keep this here. The field that we want to look into is the email field, right? I'll go here, email. And here I'll say that the email contains data, right? Here I'll say contains data. So basically, the condition is that there is an email, and I'll apply it. Now I'll go to components, and I'll say set business required. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this here, and this is my action. I'll click on it and say mobile, right? Mobile phone. Not business required because we do have an email. And I will apply this. And on the false side here, you want the mobile to be required. If there's no email, then you want the mobile to be required. So what you can do is you can click on this, copy it, and then you want to click here and paste it here. You can also do that. You don't always have to drag. And I just click here and I say mobile is business required. So if there's no email, mobile is business required. And if there's an email, it is not required, as you can see here. Mobile, it has to be business required. Apply. No business required, and that's fine. And what I can do now is I can save it. Now, as I said, we do need two rules, right? One for the email and one for the phone. How about if a mobile is present, a mobile phone is present? So we need to do two rules. And the way to do that is to actually I will name my rule first. I will say make I'll call this make email required. I'll just save it. And I'll basically I want to do an exact rule just on the opposite, just with the phone number, with the mobile number. And to do that, all I need to do is instead of having to go outside and create a new business rule, I can just say save as, which will give me a new design here, as you can see. And it says copy of make email required, right? And I'm just going to say, let me spell that one. And in here, I'll just get rid of this. And I'll say here, make mobile required. So in here, where it says email is present, I will just say mobile is present, mobile phone number is present. And in the entity, I will just have to go here, change it to mobile. And here I'll say contains data, right? The mobile contains data, and I'll apply it. And then I'll go to the action here. I will say email. I just need to change the email, not business required, and I'll apply it, as you can see. And then I'll go here. I'll change it to email and say business required and apply. So just to run it here, if mobile contains data, set email as not business required. Else, on the false side, set email as business required. So that's all done. And what I need to do is save. And it's already validated. As you can see, a validation successful. I just need to activate it, and I'll activate. Yeah, that's all done. And if I go back here, then I'll just need to refresh this, because I believe I've only activated one. We'll need to activate both of them. Does take a while to load sometimes. But as you can see, make the first one that I did, because I just need to click on it. And then it's already been validated. Actually, I just click it, it's successful, and I'll just need to activate it. And I'll say activate. So I'm not going to go through all the actions that you can do. You should be able to go through it on your own. It's quite simple. It's basically the same process. All done. So this is all active. And now I will just go to my contacts. Let's got this. Let's just say I want to do a new one. Just say John. And as you can see now with the red asterisk, email and mobile are required, right? Because we have made them both required fields. However, if I just put here an email, musa@example.com, and if I click out, the asterisk on the mobile phone should disappear because it's no longer required because we have an email. See how when I click, it goes away? And if I just, and now I can save it, but what happens if I just get rid of this? If there's no data here, you see, it gives me an error. It says email is a required field and must be filled in. But instead of the email, I just want to put a phone number, right? So I'll just go put any number, and then I'll click out, and now it's no longer required as I have a phone number, because the condition that I wanted was if we have a phone number, email is not required. If we have an email, phone number is not required, and then that way we can save. So as you can see, business rules are one of the easiest ways to add logic to your Dataverse apps, as there's no code required. And if you are building a model-driven app, this is a must-know feature. If this has helped you, like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.